the Lagos-Calabar Highway. It's not, that conversation is definitely not going anywhere anytime soon. So, we're going to be talking about that. And then Emefiele is in the news again. Shout out to all you Emefiele fans. Yeah, we're back again on this matter. It's obviously not going anywhere anytime soon. So yes, those are the things that we're going to be talking about today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show today. My name is Dolupo.
Of course, my name is Sola Rogers, like I said earlier. And of course, for those of you listening on Boom Radio NG, a big shout out to you. Thank you for always being there. And for those of you trying to watch on YouTube, we will be with you in a second or two. And of course, it's Good Friday when it comes to music for me, because a lot of songs dropped, like a whole load of songs. There are too many of them, but we have to, pick just a few of them. We usually just pick the best of the songs that came out, so that whenever you listen to our new Music Friday, you know that you're listening to the best selection of songs that are available on radio. Superboy Check dropped an album. We're diving right into the albums, right? And the songs. So Superboy Check dropped an album, and I'm not sure I've listened to the entire album, but man, that guy is underrated. Is extremely underrated. I've listened to the song that he's done with Fino. It's a beautiful song.
Nice.
And a nice message also. These days you do anything to get a positive message, and this is what is put out there. There's another song that is also done with Bella Shmurda that I've listened to, and it's also another very, very good song. Those are the two songs I've listened to off that album. I intend to go back to the album after the Boom Bar to listen to it. Well, arguably one of the biggest songs out there, came out at midnight, was the Olufumi reimagined by ID Kabasa with some amazing talent. He's got Fireboy, Joe Boy, Odumodu, and Bodge. On that one. It's a star-studded song, but it's got mixed reviews.
Okay. Can I say some? No.
Yes, it's got mixed reviews. The mixed part of the reviews.
Okay, so I actually did listen to that song twice, because I probably felt that maybe once might not be very objective on my part, so decided to listen to it a second time. And when I tried listening to the third time, I'm like, nope. And the honest truth for me is that I think that we've been seeing a lot of reimaginations and a lot of remixes and a lot of sampling of old songs, and these old songs that make a lot of us nostalgic. I remember vividly, very, very, very well. I was in secondary school. I think I was in SS1. No, I think I was in GSS class when this song came out, this Olufumi song. And up till today, anytime that song is played, you just have, it's such a nostalgic feeling with the song. But these days, the remixes and the reimaginations and all sorts that happens with a lot of these songs, and I'm not just talking about this particular one. I know that Heidi Kabasa did one with
Vector
photocopies. That one, there was nice on that one, so it wasn't so out of place. He was one that produced the original one. There was nice on it, and then it was just an addition of Vector. Still, then we saw Thames with Love Me Jeje and all that. I think that maybe it's okay. We're not me and people like me, we're not sure we're interested in reimaginations. I'm just saying, me and people like me. That's why I said me.
Can't you just speak for yourself?
I, Dolupo, and people like me, us, because me, myself, and I were three already. I think that we should just leave these things, leave it where it is, and sing your own.
I totally disagree with you.
This one was
Olufumi
off key, completely off key. I'm sorry.
Reimagined, as I said, is to reimagine the song, not to recreate or remix the song. It's to reimagine it and say, okay, this is what Olufumi was.
And this is what it could be.
This is what we would like it to be
No.
now.
And
that's what they did. That's what they did, Dolupo. That's what they did with the song. So
before you go on, Peterman says, anytime you talk about Lagos-Calabar Road, I have to show up.
Yeah.
We'll develop by force. Of course,
yeah.
we're waiting for...
It's the main topic.
We're definitely waiting.
When
we're done with music, is the main topic, and we definitely need your input and a lot of things. So just hold on just a little few more minutes. So please go ahead.
Yeah. So for me, Olufumi by these guys is amazing. They have Odumudu, Bodge, Fireboy, and Joe Boy. If you have those four on the song, it's a guaranteed hit regardless. The numbers are there. Everything's going to happen. It's going to be all over the clubs, all over everywhere on the airwaves and all. So for me, I really like the way that they've basically done it. And, the mistake that you're making is equating it or looking at it with the original.
I'm always going to, because that's what you are. That's the
one beautiful thing that they did was to have the Style Plus hook in the song. Okay,
is the song. They are reimagining the original song.
Yeah, they could have done it without it, but they did that, and I like it. And it's the original style.
That's the only part of the song.
No. Thames did Love Me Jeje without Shey Shodimu's voice.
But she had the chorus.
So there's another song that's out. His name is very funny. He's based in the UK, Nigerian boy. He has a remix with Mayoku now, and it's this old song that Ayefele made popular. It's not necessarily an Ayefele original, but Ayefele made this song popular. Till time all left, right. Till time all left.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's one. Didn't sound bad.
So that's what I'm saying.
But see, that's why I'm not adverse to it. Let's just be nice.
That is a cover of a song. It's like a remix of the song.
Yes.
It's like a remix.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to
imagine song is not necessarily the song.
Whatever, it doesn't sound nice.
Okay, so that's what it is. We're spending too much time on that particular song anyway. Maybe you guys should take a listen. We'll be playing it in the 5 o'clock hour on boomradiong.com. Or go listen, go stream it. Let's support the artists by streaming their songs.
At least I think that one thing that this will probably help is that a lot of people or a lot of Gen Zs that do not know the original will probably go back to look for the original and listen to it. I think this really that's one of the things that it actually
that's the beauty of reimagining, remixing or covering the song by a popular artist, going all the way back.
It
makes people go back. Asake did, Sunshine, the song Sunshine on, and that's Tunde Bayewu's song. Bayewu of this particular.
That's it. So if you're going to do it,
and it makes people go back. That's what it does.
You're either going to make a song better or leave it the way it is. This one, will work. Sadly, everybody on that song are people that I actually really do listen to. I think they're fantastic musicians. I just don't know what happened. It just did not gel. For me, personally, it did not gel.
I like the song a lot. So,
anyway, so there's
a Peterman comment.
Okay, there is.
It has to do with the song.
Okay. It says Gen Z don't have the attention span to go back to anything. Sadly, not all. I will not totally agree. Not all, but for you to actually appreciate or maybe appreciate a little bit of this particular song, you need to go back to the original. It's such a fantastic song. That's it. That's what.
Are you telling Peterman or the Gen Z?
Oh, the Gen Zs.
That
the Gen Zs. That they need to go back.
It looks like you're preaching to the choir now.
It's important to go back to listen to the original. Because this one... Anyway. So we're going to be talking... that, like we said, there's a lot of music out there that people need to look into this weekend. We're going to be playing a few of them. Techno has a new song, Wayo.
And there's something about that song. Again, this particular song has samples of, an old song. I've not read a press statement by Techno, but I really hope that they're doing it right. You know that sweet mother.
Yeah.
I know go. There's a heavy sample of that.
I think
song
that
in this song.
I think that
So I hope
I'm
it's
not
done
sure
it officially.
that it is possible these days for you to do those things and it will slide. Why I said so is that because we're now officially, the Nigerian music scene is now officially an industry. It's not just the Nigerian music industry anymore. It's actually become global. And those are the things that come with having like a global industry. Your music is out there. You have to do things right.
And
So-
some of these songs are actually owned by foreign entities.
Yeah.
The rights to the song,
You need
or by the estate of the person
the
that's done the
person
song.
that, yeah.
So I just hope that it's done. But there's no way you listen to that song, and it's actually a very good song. It's called Wayo by Techno. I think you should go take a listen.
Yeah.
And Fave, she's, oh my God, she has a song called Controller, and she's been dropping songs lately. Like I think she dropped one last week or 2 weeks ago, and she's dropped Controller about a few hours ago. It's another very nice song. Like I think it's gonna be a bop. I think it's gonna be a hit, honestly.
Yeah, so we're gonna be, so that's basically, I think that's all we can take right now when it comes to music. We would sadly we can't take any more right now because there are quite a number of stuff that we need to go through. Now let's move on quickly from that, but definitely catch these songs 5 p.m. today, tomorrow, and Sunday right here on Boom Radio NG. So let's go quickly and move on to one of our conversations for the day. And one of the conversation is that the federal government has announced the commencement of construction on Section 3 and Section 4 of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. Now, you're wondering what Section 3 is. Section 3 is the one coming from Cross River State, and Section 4 is coming from Akwa-Ibom State. And I know this was a conversation last week of a few people's agitations that how come this thing is only starting from Lagos State. So I'm guessing this answers a lot of people's questions about that. However,
the so-called agitation, let me quickly jump on that. We actually mentioned it here at the bar. It is not.
I'm sorry.
It is not new. They actually mentioned. They mentioned the fact you're not that tall. They mentioned the fact that exactly. That's it.
Exactly. Now you understand what I'm talking about.
So look what the wind dragged in. So they had already said that they were going to start from those 3 sections anyway. You understand? So it's a good thing now that they are keeping to their promise and the plan. But there are deviations that just came up a few hours ago that I don't know what you guys think about it, but there's a part of the design for the Lagos-Calabar Road that will be realigned. I think it's for like 9 kilometers or at kilometer 9 or something, but it has something to do with 9 kilometers or so, that they're now going to use the old alignment of the road, which was the old road that they had designed before they did this one, which means that the houses that thought they were safe based on this new alignment are now going to go, and the part that this affects would have affected the internet services in Nigeria.
Yeah, so they're basically
the cable. There are 2 cables that run through that axis. That they have to avoid.
So I saw a lot of people.
And before Dolupo continues, I just want to quickly state that is a dumb thing by this government not to have done a design that knew that this is how the road will go. You have only opened up some unnecessary backlash.
Yeah, so before we go on from that, Peterman says characteristic of rare. Characteristic of rare. Oh, wait. So it's actually like Okay. I like, you understand, like I've always wondered like what was he saying there? It's actually Rare. Okay, wow. By Wasiu was a Fuji remake, a sample of one of Wannabe starting something. Oh wow. The same bass and chords. I don't know why people hate remakes. Okay, I do not hate remakes. I would just really love if the remakes actually sound really good.
You meant lyrics.
No, I do not have remake. Okay. I do not have a problem with remakes. Like I said, okay, take for example, which one of the other ones lately? The one that Thames had, I think is not. I would still prefer the original, but the song that she had, there was one that she had lately, the Love Me Jaja song. I think it was a very, very, very nice sample or remake or what we will call that. This particular one, I think is just completely off. I just feel that it was completely off. That's what I feel, particularly with this Olufumi. It's not really about remakes or I don't like remakes. And thank you for that information. I actually never knew. I just used to wonder, like, what is characteristics of Rare? But now, like, everything actually just clicked.
You know, it's a smart move by Alaji, to have done the legacy album from that. Because we were already singing that on the streets anyway, because...
Gotta be started. Oh, wow.
A lot of...
Michael Jackson.
It never really...
A lot of the old songs had Nigerian versions.
They did.
By students. Every student one student would come up with some idea, and it now becomes what they now call viral. Because I remember very well.
At that point, you get up and excuse somebody to dance.
Yeah, excuse me, dance.
Excuse me, dance.
Anyway, I like I said, it was really just about the music. Now let's going back to the Lagos-Calabar route.
Now, apologies for struggling
it's you.
now. Yeah.
It's you now.
This is the problem when people go after free lunch. To be explained.
Anyway,
I hear you.
So first things first, like you said, they should have done a lot more visibility studies about it. However, as I've seen a lot of people talk about what was the point of the landmark? We're still back to this landmark conversation. What was the point of the landmark thing? Now, let me put it, I did a bit of reading yesterday, and the realigning that they're doing is around the Okun-Aja area. It is not landmark. Okun Aja. So it has absolutely nothing. The landmark thing is still gonna pass the road. Let's not. The only thing that I have a problem with is that you should have known. It took the telecommunication companies to tell them. So now for the Okun-Aja. Okay, as in beach. Okay, the sea. Okun.
Dore.
No, that Dore does not work. I don't know how that works.
That's music.
Okun.
Dore. Yoruba language is centered around music.
Yeah, so
Do-re-mi.
Okay, so Okun-Aja. Sorry.
It's close to it.
So the Okun-Aja area, the people there are the ones that are really going to be saved a lot with this. It has nothing to do with them VI people and all that and Lekki. Anyway, so basically that's it. But like you said, it actually doesn't make sense that you did not do a lot of that. But also now, like we said, he answers the question. He also answers the question now that this road, the Calabar and the Akwa-Ibom part of that road is also going to begin commencement at the same time.
The only way they can actually meet up with the time frame for the construction of this road is to have multiple construction sections.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It's like the Lagos-Ibadan road when they were planning it, and it was always going to be hard to do until they broke it up and had two contractors, and even the contractors were working from two ends of the road. Julius Berger was working from the interchange inwards Lagos, and they were working from a section again towards Lagos.
It had
and
to
even
be
the RCC guys were working about 3 points on
at
that
the
road.
same time, and that still took years.
So that's the only way the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road can be done, when they start work at different sections.
And of course,
the sections are based on the states also. So before you know it, maybe at some point they're going to go and open a Delta section, which will be maybe section 4. Section 2 will probably be in Ogun State. Section 3 is probably Ondo State, down the coast.
No, section 3 is Cross River.
Yeah, I'm just
just speculating.
Yeah.
Okay, so Village Trader
Where
is
is
taking
Ekiti?
us back to Ekiti. Is not there.
Okay.
Where's the water that you see in Ekiti?
Ekiti is landlocked. They know.
Where do you want to see
So
water?
No,
the
because
people
if I
in
don't
Ondo
ask, they will
send,
ask.
Where do you want to see the
the
water?
people in Ondo send
Where
water
is
to
the
them.
water?
Ondo, right? That's
Longest coastal line.
Anyway, Village Trader is taking us back to
Now,
music,
yes.
and he's saying that
Yes.
Remedy's Shakomo is a hip hop or juju remix of Liberian Girl by Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's the original. But what they even covered was a cover of that cover. Knock up in the beer, pens up, dum 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 dum.
Really?
So that's the original. It's correct, but you see, the one that they actually lifted off was from someone who actually sampled Liberian Girl. That's this lady, B-boy, where the F you are? I'm looking for your accent. That's
Okay. People will turn this place to music. But isn't that the same song a few months ago that still causing controversy?
But what they did was, if you listen, the Liberian
I'm the one that sang it. I'm not the one that sang it.
Yeah, Village Trader, you know your music.
Oh, nice.
Anyway,
But
so
AI is messing a lot. But well,
I think it's helping a lot.
No, I did something to him
yesterday. I have not recovered. Shola introduces AI to me. I met the nice chap. We had a chat.
Okay.
And then he now says, pick a song and put the year you want the song to be reverbed. So Shola picks a song and asks AI, put this song in the 1940 bracket. And you will be shocked. The same song, swing. And we had a song that gave us a twist. There was a dancing step they called twist.
Okay.
When you dance that twist from your waist down.
So I can't take credit for that. Someone did it, and I just played it for Tokunbo.
It was marvelous.
Okay. I don't understand what twist is. Okay. I don't understand. It's not English class. Music class, but way back.
Listen to the song like, "Come on, baby."
Let's
Okay.
Twist.
Please.
Then you now have a Davido song sounding like that. If I tell you, I love you.
So Village Trader says Apostle. Oh, you're okay. Officially Apostle now. It's talking about keep on MC Light featuring Escape.
Yeah. Keeping on.
Oh wow. Okay, he really does know his music. Anyway, so we're moving from that quickly. So I think that's basically it. I actually thought Peterman was going to maybe there was something else he wanted to talk about with the coastal, but anyway, we're still waiting for your comment on that.
But you know what? You guys haven't spoken anything about that coastal road.
I just
no,
we haven't.
You just glossed over it.
We haven't.
There's a lot of hue and cry about that realignment of that section in Lagos back to the old design. Because what people are saying now is that since they knew that they could do the old design, why didn't they just do that from the Victoria Island end all the way?
Okay, so Peterman says, I'm still loading Dolupo. Okay, I'm waiting. I think that what happened is that, and I think that people are actually getting it wrong. Going back to the old design, like we said, is not from the beginning. It's not going back to Water Corporation Road. It is not. Jonathan, I think that people are just being sentimental. People are looking for stuff to talk about. And talking about that, Landmark is asking the federal government of about 42 billion naira compensation for for damages. And last I checked, I'm not sure the federal government was planning to pay Landmark any money.
It's going to be an unending story for a long while.
I don't think exactly. Yeah, it's the government. You might not get it doesn't look like that, but he's getting paid anytime soon. But he's asking for it. But I think that a lot of people are actually just being sentimental about it. Do I think that a few of these things were hastened. Yeah, it's obvious from the angle of the Ministry of Works. I feel that, especially with the minister that is an engineer, those are things that you should have put in place. You should have checked properly. He had to come out to say that it was the telecoms companies that had to inform them. But you should know, we should have this information. What is on the surface, what is beneath the surface of places where you should have this information. But as much as that is happening, I think that people also need to realize whatever realignment that they're doing is just a section of that road, and that section is not the landmark Oniru side. No, it's not.
I would like to say something about the landmark impending court case or demands for 42 billion naira. I remember that everybody has said that if you feel aggrieved, you know that there's a 250-meter setback, which is supposed to be government-owned land.
Exactly, from the gate.
And if you feel that maybe government are giving you permission to construct permanent structures, because a lot of the people on those setbacks don't put up permanent structures on them. They have some things that they know that they can let go of when these kind of things come up. But if he's put up a permanent structure and he feels that he had permission to do it, then let him seek redress in court. That's what everybody was saying. Now he's demanding 42 billion. I hope that 42 billion demand is from a competent court of law. And he's going to go there with proof that they brought down something worth 42 billion and they had allowed him build there in the first place. And we need those kind of cases to put everything to bed.
Yes,
because what I dislike the most is when people just try to go to the court of what? Public opinion. Public opinion usually is about sentiments and noise, and nothing comes out of it. At times it's just you just trying to play to the gallery. But I like that he's done this, but I hope it's a proper court case and he has proof. So if he does, government owes him. If he don't, then the government can actually rub it in his face and say, "Oh God."
That's it for me. Like, go to court, and have your proof, because like you had said over and over again, it doesn't change the fact that out of all the, take for example, all the talk that we heard and all the blackmail like looked like on the media, on social media, or even on mainstream media, it did not stop the government from pulling out the structures. It didn't even take them weeks. It was a matter of days. It pulled down those structures. Those things don't happen. And especially when there's the issue of the right of way, there's really almost nothing you could do about it. Even people that have, we've seen how even people that have proper paperwork, all they will tell you is that you're getting compensated for it. So if you think that you're going to get compensated or you deserve it, go to court. Go to them and go to the Ministry of Works. I had watched an interview where the minister talked about how they have not even gotten any correspondence from Landmark at that time, and they were all over in the news. So I think that it still goes down to a lot of people not reading a lot of things. Yes, when I saw that headline too yesterday, it took me aback. I had to go back to see, okay, why are they realigning? Where are they disembarking and all that? And I realized that no, it's not everything at the end of the day, because you'll still be shocked. If that's what you have in your mind, you'll be shocked when you still see that there are roads that pass where you think that the roads would not pass. So just wanted to put that
but
out
government
there.
needs to, going further, you need to think through things first.
Oh, yes.
You need to.
Yes.
All the time.
I totally
How
agree.
long has this plan been on? This particular road you're talking on. Who pushed this thing for the first time?
Well, the initial thing started 60 years ago.
The initial thing, but
Absolutely.
this conversation
60
really
years
started
ago.
about
Great.
March. It was
What I mean is that from 60 years ago, there was an idea on paper that this thing is going to go like this.
yeah.
That's all. And going when you want to start this kind of thing, you go back to the drawing board. Where are we starting from? Oh, here and here and here. It's like when they picked it from the middle, okay, and begin to but it's not always well done.
Okay.
Constructions, you demolish things, you bring it up again.
Sorry.
It's sad.
Chief Owarigoko says First of all, Dolupo needs to apologize to people of Ekiti for not properly representing us on yesterday's show. What happened yesterday?
Yes, now you couldn't even sing the anthem.
Oh, I forgot. I actually did forget.
How can you
I'm so
forget?
sorry.
Apologize.
Don't repeat it.
I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, your sorry is not loud enough. Say it one more time.
I'm sorry.
Okay, let me say it on her behalf. She's sorry.
I was boiling, but couldn't reply because I was watching a cross-country flight. I'm so sorry.
Chief Olonigoko.
Okay,
Can
you help us?
All this your drunken thing. And there's no guguru.
Shola,
There's problem.
Can you now help us with it?
Oh, Bukala Benubi says she will help me.
Why?
Thank you, man.
Why?
Did you help us?
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Please.
People just love me.
Madam, please help us.
Anyway, don't worry. One of these days I'll look for it. I'll actually play it before we start the bomba. That's it. Anyway,
if you play Ekiti anthem in this place,
I will play it.
the governor of Ekiti will pay.
I will play it.
He will pay.
It's a
I
commercial
will play
service.
it.
It's a commercial
I
service.
will play it. Anyway, kill. Okay.
That's an
Ekiti.
Wow.
Actually, that's not it.
That's not the anthem.
That's
but
not the anthem.
That's a popular.
It's a popular Ekiti
Ekiti
song,
song.
yes, but no, that's not the anthem actually.
Ekiti.
But yeah, you did well. You actually, it's a very old. I think I've heard you like once or twice before. It's a very old Ekiti song actually. Thank you very much, ma'am. Now moving on from that, let's talk about something else that really was very interesting. Happened yesterday. In fact, the whole conversation seemed to have started in 2 days, and in 2 days, a lot of things changed. There's still a lot of hue and cry and a lot of conversation around it up until today. And it is the drama that happened in Kano State and concerning the Emir of Kano and the Emirates. Emirates or Emirates at the moment. Now it's official. Kano has a new Emir. Yesterday, the assembly had repealed the 2019 law, and they had gone back to it. There's a new amendment to the 2024 law. Immediately, it was taken to the governor. The governor had signed it. After the governor signed it, immediately there was a press conference announcing that the dethroned Emir, Lamido Sanusi, had now become the new Emir, has been reinstated.
The 16th.
And immediately we saw that this morning there was a whole fanfare at the government house where he was now given his letter of appointment. At the press conference yesterday, the governor had ordered all the old emirs or the emirs that were there, the Kano and the other emirates, he had given them 48 hours to vacate wherever they were, and hand over the property to the office of the deputy governor. Keep in mind the now dethroned or removed emir was on his way back from Ogun State, where he went to greet the Abuja. So it's a very interesting thing. There are a few updates from that.
I saw a video of him, of the
old
the 15th emir, because it's still very funny. Lamido Sanusi was the 14th, and is now
the 16th.
Is now the 16th. So the 15th emir, and these guys are related.
Oh, they're cousins.
Is said to have sent the official umbrella, from the airport. There was a big video of, the palace guards just taking that umbrella away, which means that he's not trying to contest anything. He's not trying to, cause any form of rancor. It's tradition that the umbrella goes with the main emir himself. Now there's a court case. Yeah,
there's a court case that is asking for an explanation of...
To ask everything.
No, wait. There's a court case that is asking for an explanation of the law. So according to that judge today, now may put an injunction that everything should... This was yesterday, same yesterday, and there was a judgment asking everybody to maintain status quo. However, the governor did not seem to hear that part of because he still went ahead to reinstate
this morning.
Yes, he still went ahead
and
gave him his letter, and there was a whole fanfare around it today.
So I need to speak about the court case.
Yeah.
The court case that I'm referring to was instituted by one of the kingmakers. He became a kingmaker about 3 years ago. They had 4 kingmakers, but his own father too was, a top chief in Kano. Then they now made him a king to now make them 5, which means that, like in breaking with tradition, they now made this particular person the 5th kingmaker, and is now the one that has gone ahead. Because remember that the repeal of that old law by Ganduje means that even this kind of person will lose.
Oh yes,
you get. So he's the one that has now gone to court. It's not the emir that was removed by
no, it was
Abba
not the emir.
Yusuf. You get. It is one of the kingmakers in court that has now gone to court, to ask for a stay and all of that. So what that means is that if they listen to that court case, he keeps his position, as a kingmaker, and the 5 emirates, the Rano and all the other emirates will stay. That's
now,
what he is trying to do.
There is an update from the governor where the governor has now said that the judge that made this ruling to yesterday is in the United States at the moment. So how can he make such a ruling when he was not even in his chambers? He was talking about why a court would stop or halt a law that had passed due process.
This thing was aptly captured. I must say a big shout out to Channels TV as Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it is.
It is the Game of Thrones, A king is removed, the king comes back, another king goes there, then the king goes and leaves, and there's a kingmaker that is stopping the case, and he goes to court, but the judge is in America.
The judge is in the US.
And this is what I've been harping on. The fact that we have failed to separate our traditional institutions from politics.
Yeah, true.
Is it not just all that, and even now, it's not like they've dragged the judiciary into this mess.
Yeah, traditional institutions are not separated.
It's not separated. Explain to me why that court case had to be done yesterday. It means that if truly the judge is in, are you saying that even if you take that case to the High Court, there was no other judge, it had to be that judge? The judge is not even in Nigeria, according to the governor. And I was having this conversation yesterday evening, and I said that I don't even have a problem with him being dethroned. Yeah. The problem that I had with the 2019 law is the cannibalization and the decimation of the Kano Emirate. For people that know the northern system, the Sokoto Emirate is the largest one. The next biggest emirate in the whole of the north is the Kano Emirate. It has so much. There's so much culture. There's so much attached. There's so much power. There's so much reverence attached to the Kano Emirate that just because, and if you really go back and read this, the Kano Emirate was even divided into 5 even before the dethronement, and basically it was just to water down the influence of the emir that was dethroned. And I'm like, when do we remove, like you had said, when do we remove culture from politics? We cannot keep doing those things. It's wrong.
The fact for me is this: they started something they can't handle for a long while. Continuity. Somebody is coming back to reverse this. Be ready for that. I'm worried about that. I am worried about that.
Oh yes, it's possible.
There's every possibility, because you have made that place look so porous that
it's possible. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. And I play a kind of reverse role. Okay, I'm not comparing, but could it have happened in your state, where there is a hurricane?
You mean
in Ibadan?
Ibadan.
Yes.
Yeah.
So apparently, when it comes to the Kano Emirate, actually, there are only two families. Is the Ado Bayeros and the Sanusis that have been there. So it's either one of the two.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, there's kind of an arrangement already. It's just the fact that
It's easy enough to follow.
it's just the fact that
It's
we
easy
added
to follow.
politics into it. So we have a
please
comment.
go
Sorry.
ahead.
Peterman says the prestige of the emirate has already suffered an irreparable damage. I agree.
Can't get it
I'm
back.
sorry, it's too late. How can we take Emir Sanusi serious when another governor can do the same like
the
Gandola?
same.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Yes,
what we've
another
been saying.
governor can
We're
come
saying.
and just up and go.
And
Yes.
this same
We're saying.
scenario played out in the 80s. Remember how Remy, all of them
Yeah,
were
they had just
deposing and imposing.
they've just
and all of that.
decimated the whole thing. It's wrong. It's wrong. That's why I'm saying, like, you could have a problem with him. You could have dethroned him. Is well within your power. But the fact that you had decided to just cannibalize the whole thing, let's call it spade a spade. I grew up knowing the Sultan, the Emirates in Kano, the Emirates in Sokoto. There were actually places, parts of our culture as a people. But politics and governors have decided to just do as they like.
Whatever it is, just be thankful that we have had a series of governors who have decided to leave culture the way it is. Because there are signs that they can use their powers, in a way that it will mess up our culture. God forbid, just picture an Edo State governor doing something untoward in Benin, or a Delta State governor doing something crazy in Warri. You understand?
The Oyo State governor decides he wants to break the Oyo
or Osun governor messing with the Oni
let's just
of
leave
Ife.
it. Let's leave
You
it.
know?
Historians will have actually thought that under the military.
Yeah, this kind of things will happen.
It did
But
happen. It did.
happened.
No,
It
people
did.
got dethroned, but at least
It
the
did.
kingdoms didn't.
Well,
weren't.
they are the ones that gave us this constitution, remember? So it did happen, and it's so sad though.
Yeah.
And I know, I don't know if you're going to that story next, but there's a funny thing about this current crop of House of Assembly members.
There is a problem. Oh, there is a major.
It's
major
almost
problem.
as if they just want to take us back.
Anyway, before we go there, there's also been
let's
protests.
go there
Still talking about this Kano thing. There's a
Yeah.
protest that has been led to the National Assembly and Aso Rock, that talking about the return of the Emir.
Really?
Yes. In fact, I saw a very long thread yesterday where someone was knocking the governor for doing what he did. In fact, one of his major reasons is that the Emir of Kano is too enlightened and is westernizing a lot of things in the Kano Emirate. I watched a report where someone had made 5 years ago when he was deposed and banished to a small town in Nasarawa State. And in the space of a few days where he stayed there, he realized that they didn't have a hospital proper. Their healthcare center wasn't good. And I'm like, in the space of where he was dealing with his own woes, he saw that there were issues with this place and found ways that the governor, the local government, and they actually, there was a video of when he was leaving, when the former governor of Kaduna State, El Rufai, came to pick him, and how joyful those, like, they were. It was like, you would think he was the president of that town, and he had just spent a few days there.
Yeah, it was also alleged that, of course, Ganduje did not like the criticisms that he was receiving from the then Emir, 14th Emir of Kano, who is now 16th Emir, Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, is Royal Highness,
But remember that it's his criticism that got him sacked.
Yes, but
CBN.
But you see, it doesn't take anything away from the man.
Yeah.
You know the kind of upbringing he has. You know the kind of man that he is. That he will talk and he would also criticize when he has to. And I think that any government that is afraid of criticism has not realized the power of being criticized. Because when people criticize you at times, they're helping you.
What's on ground is personal.
Yeah.
It's a personal war.
Yeah.
And it's playing it out now.
Oh, it is a personal war. You see,
Serious
it's still
personal
Ganduje versus Kwankwaso
war.
playing out.
Yeah,
You remember
personal war.
that Kwankwaso was
had made
governor,
this.
and Ganduje was deputy governor,
Yes.
and they were friends, and they had a falling out, and that's what's still playing out today.
I don't get this thing.
Abba is
You know,
Kwankwaso's son, in quotes.
Son-in-law.
In quotes. That's why I said in quotes.
Okay, so Chief Onikoko says, is it just me or does it feel like Ganduje is going to prison? He has already been suspended as APC chairman. We know it will not end well. I think prison is a long shot. His suspension is not even really ratified because there's a lot of back and forth in it. I think it still has the backing of the major people in the APC. So,
But you cannot rule out
Anything
you
is
can't
possible.
rule out
Anything
you
is
cannot
possible.
you can't rule out
Anything is
prison
possible.
in
for
this
anybody.
case. You can't.
Anything is
I
possible.
agree with Chief Onikoko that
It's
there's
scary.
something pointing
scary,
towards the fact
but
that
true.
at some point in time, there's going to be a falling somewhere because again, he only had immunity for 8 years, and this is the mistake that governors make. I'm not alleging or saying that he's guilty. I'm just saying that there's no more immunity.
okay, so I wanted to talking about laws and immunities and all that. There is a trustee today where a high court has rejected a bid to restore the 1963 constitution,
That's the taking us back I've been talking about.
They have rejected.
saying that it is incompetent. So apparently the applicants had basically sued.
Sorry, who were the applicants? They give the names of the applicant. Who went to court?
King Oziwe Umba Albert, Regent King of Diobu Kingdom Delta, Chief Wombus Bulus, Otuba Karim Shekonobi. I don't know what that is. Chief James Onyi Kokomi, Comrade Danjuma Modu, for themselves are representing the People's Confederal Constituent Assembly of Nigeria and Center for Probity and Democratic Issues. They sued the President of the Senate, the National Assembly clerk.
Pull this case. They will pull this case. So I was trying hard to get.
Basically, they described
The
that the
reasons.
1999 Constitution is an expired military decree transitional constitution.
I'm
So
not a
it's
lawyer.
It's expired with the military. Is that what they're
that's
saying?
what they're saying.
A constitution of 99 is expired, but a 1963 constitution is not.
No, it won't.
Okay.
It's not, it's
So
not from
the
the
court
military.
is saying
Sorry?
that
It's not
the
from the military.
1963 Republican
We're embracing
Constitution
colonialism.
is not an
We are in
existing
love
law,
with British
and no action
You know,
can be founded to its applicants.
applicants.
And there's one thing that has been happening that
Look.
we also must realize that
Yeah.
the 1999 constitution has been amended a lot of times. I still feel it's a faulty constitution, but it's been amended a lot of times. What do I think is the solution? I think that we need a constituent assembly. If this current assembly cannot sit down, and actually craft an entirely different constitution, if they don't have the powers, if they can't, obtain the powers legally, then we need an assembly that is constituted to do such. Because
Well
there are a lot of
constituted.
things, by
Well
law. Yeah,
constituted
that's why
by
I'm
law.
saying we need
Uh-huh.
to do such. And in doing it, you take into cognizance most of the burning issues. One of the issues is the cessation clause that says that after a while, some part of the country can decide to pull out or
of
not
the country.
legally.
Okay, so
Other things that you must also consider is the removal of immunity clause for governors, presidents, and vice presidents. and
I
deputy
think
governors.
I think that
It should be a part of
is
that
one thing to
panel.
I think that is one thing for us to want to amend. Personally, I think that is only a lot of amendments that can happen. I don't think that we would have any constitution anytime, a new constitution.
Your
anytime
opinion.
soon. My opinion.
Your opinion.
But keep in mind as well that another thing is that whatever amendment is also subject to the states of the states assemblies. Remember that the last House of Assembly had a couple of amendments that were like really relevant to and then a lot of them went to the states of assemblies because at least 24 out of 36 of them have to assent to these bills before it even goes to the president because it has to do with the constitution. And a lot of them came back and the states actually threw some of these things
So
out.
I'm going to tell you that your opinion is valid, but it doesn't mean that it's not possible.
It doesn't mean you can't do it.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that they cannot do beyond what you think.
Yeah.
And a good example is the talk about state police. It's been going on for decades. But guess what has happened now? All the speakers of the House of Assembly, under the leadership of Debo Ogundoyin as their chairman, had a meeting last week, and they have said that they are going to ratify that law. Do you know what that means? Instead of so listen, Dolupo, I need to make this point. Instead of 24, we have 36 or thereabout speakers saying that we want state police. How did we get there when people saw the security issues in their states, in their local governments, in their locales? So I'm telling you that at some point, what I have said will happen one way or the other. I don't know if it's happening tomorrow.
I'm not saying that it will not happen. I'm just saying that
we all know.
Yes.
We all know that in that 98-99 session, it was a lot of necessity. It was a constitution that was drafted by a dictator who thought that he was going to transform himself, from the khaki to the agbada.
But God passed him. I'm just saying. It's just an opinion. Anyway,
but we have to start somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We will start somewhere. We'll just hope that what is happening now with the States Assembly, they actually jump on a lot more things for things to move more swiftly. Quickly, before we go, the Federal High Court.
Are we tied out to the anthem?
Yes, basically. Okay. It's not the anthem, Constitution. Constitution. Anthem was yesterday. Okay. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has ordered an interim forfeiture of the sums of, why are you dancing?
To music.
$4.7 million, 830 million naira, and several properties linked to the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele.
The problem that I have with Dolupo, I have had this problem for years.
Yeah. Why what? That they should
collect it. Tokunbo, I want to make a request. Can she repeat the figures of these monies again?
$4,719,054, 830,875,611 naira.
A CBN governor that earns a fixed salary has over $4 million in his name and over 800
okay,
million.
So let me break it down a little bit. What's
it
the
down.
No.
What's your no?
So I don't understand.
Your no is not knowing.
My no is just, don't tell me that it is no.
Yeah, it's
are you shocked?
It's his money over $4 million.
So the monies forfeited to the federal government in the interim were said to be housed in the First Bank, Titan Bank, and Zenith Bank, being operated by Omoile Anita Joy, Deep Blue Energy Service Limited, Exact Quote Bureau de Change, Lepam Investment Services, Talta Services Limited, Russell Joel Global Services, and Teal Communication Limited. Its properties forfeited to the federal government includes 94 units of an 11-floor building under the construction at 2 Otumba Elegushi 2nd Avenue Road, Ikoyi, Lagos, AM Plaza, 11th-floor office space situated on 1E Otumba Adedoyin Crescent, Lekki Peninsula Scheme 1, Lagos, Imore Industrial Park 1, SS Street, Imore land purchased at Amuwo Dofin, Maita Wood and Tatla Warehouse, Furniture Plants, Elemoro, Lagos. Is it man from Lagos? Owolomi Village, Ibeju, Lekki local government in Lagos, and 2 properties purchased from Chevron Nigeria, closed PA Fund, Block B lot, twin completed property in Lakes Estate, Lekki, Lagos. Other ones, one plot measuring about 1,000 something.
Never finished.
No, a Lekki Foreshore Estate scheme.
Square kilometers. 1,000 plus square kilometers
at Lekki Foreshore Estate Scheme, Block A, Plot 4, Foreshore Estate, Etiosa Local Government. Estate located at 100 Cottonwood, Couple, Texas Drive, Couple, Texas. owned by Lipa, a land at 1 Bumi Owulode Lekki Phase 1, and a property situated on number 8 Bayokuku Road, Ikoyi, Lagos.
And these are the only ones that they have uncovered. And you see, the beauty of Nigeria is that when you earn your salary regularly, you can acquire all these things. Everything you can acquire. And if you feel that you are running short, you can go to your cooperative and say, see all this property. My salary fee cover and make them give me.
I thought that we had
and they said I shouldn't dance.
No, I thought we were done with this issue.
We have not started.
No, we have not even started.
Emefiele's matter is just starting.
We just started.
And you, they gave Dolupo a free ride.
To do what?
She shows Venue when she's reading.
It's her job.
This job thing, I don't understand anymore.
No, Tokunbo.
Because me,
you can't hold brief for your friend all the time.
No, let me just explain something. I'm scared.
Why?
Because they will find something in your name.
How?
Is your name part of it?
Is it the only one or there are many?
These are the ones that they have found.
The ones they found.
They didn't even mention the house in Delta State. Have you seen that house?
It might not be his own.
Not like
it might not be his own.
Excuse you?
It's not like my daddy's house.
Which daddy? Who does you?
It's not like
it's bigger than my daddy's house.
Who does you?
It's a whole street.
Daddy Babu.
No, his daddy is Osun State now. Oh, dear, sharp.
Who does that one?
Moving on.
Anyway, apparently we can't continue with a whole lot of things. But congratulations to Governor Uzodima's tribunal has affirmed Governor Uzodima's election as Imo State Governor and dismissed Labour Party's petition. Anyway, so we're talking about that. We'll see how much of sports we'll be able to take on Monday. But there's a lot of, looks like the sacking spree is going on, and it is the machine is moving. Anybody that's going to be caught in the process is going at the moment. AC Milan has sacked their coach.
Pioli
also,
is gone.
Barcelona, Xavi Hernandez is also gone.
Hansi Flick is coming.
Hansi Flick is coming. So we'll see what all that will do, of course.
And win or lose, I have a feeling that Ten Hag will be no hag by Monday. But I think they should keep him, but I think they'll sack him.
Especially if they lose the FA Cup
win
final.
Win or lose, I think they're going to sack him.
Is going down this weekend.
He still has the FA Cup too.
Yes,
on Saturday.
He has FA Cup on Saturday. So anyway, on that note, that is all we'll be able to take today on the bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the comments. We'll be back again on Monday to give you another wonderful edition of the Boom Bar. Do have a beautiful, beautiful weekend ahead. Peace.